Hi class, I just wanted to kind of give you some additional information about this week. So color is extremely relative, which means that it will change given the context you put it in. So that's a lot of what we're going to be exploring this week. Like, for example, this is the same color, this little interior rectangle, and it changes decidedly depending on the background it's in, and you're going to learn how to do that. That is showing you relativity in hue, okay? And relatively in value is also a component we're going to be working with. So this blue looks much darker on a light background than it does on a dark background, okay? So value, meaning dark and light, also affects. Saturation is also another factor, and by now you know that to change the saturation of a color, you add gray to it. You can also add the complementary color to it. That's not discussed, but that is an option. So seeing here how this green changes decidedly based on the background it's on. So here it looks much brighter than it does here. Excuse me. Ground subtraction is where we use two colors that are different from each other but have some similar characteristics with one another. In this case, they both have green in them, all right? So we can make them look alike by the backgrounds we put on them, okay? So the background on the left has a lot of blue in it, which brings out the green in that color, and the background on the right has a lot of green in it, which brings out the blue in the color. So that's something we're going to be playing with as well. After image is what happens when you stare at a color. There's something in our the cones and rods in our eyes that make that happen, and that's something that designers and people who work with color play with. So here, if we stare at the red dot, it's not letting me choose it. Why is that? Oh, okay. We stare at the red dot. Okay. Then it will appear different. And I'll let you guys do that on your own. I'm sorry. I got started and didn't finish. Simultaneous contrast. When gazing at a color, our eyes will generate its complement. So please take time to explore that. It's a very important part of design. And optical mixture, which is something that Seurat used as a post-impressionist painter, and a contemporary who uses that today is Chuck Close. What happens is our eye mixes the colors. So printing is an example of that too. If you zoom in on a printed page, you'll see it's made up of cyan, yellow, magenta, and black dots, but your eye mixes those to create a color. Color transparency is also something that we use a lot, and please take time to explore this. We're going to be working with it this week. Color strategies, different ways to use value and contrast, monochromatic color, that has an achromatic, no color. This one is almost achromatic, but the bit of color creates a lot of power. So that's one of the things I really want you guys to think about, is not just using the color the way you're being asked to, but using color for the powerful tool that it is, using it to create effect, using it to bring out what you would like to emphasize and to diminish what you would like to de-emphasize. So color is probably one of the most powerful elements of design, okay? And as always, scale and proportion, contrast, formal and informal compositions, all are a way to help use design principles to create the most effective design. All right? Looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with this week.